You're now tuned into the Throwbank Show. I'm the host, Rowdy Ray. I got the usual suspects with us. Champagne Trolley, Rated R Randy, and EDJ. A few topics we're going over today, covering some NFL, some true or false, so stay tuned.
All right, first things first this week, we're talking about the NFL Draft and the announcements of the future locations of the NFL Draft and kind of how you guys feel about the draft moving around year to year. They announced next year will be Las Vegas. What was it, 2021 will be Cleveland, and no location for 2022, but right here in Kansas City, 2023.
Yep. Super excited for that. Hopefully at that point, the airport is done being built. We've made some renovations to our public transportation. Yeah, like I just hope all the amenities are, accommodating by that point. Because that's a good look for the city. Big money.
For real though, I think it's a really good deal, and depending on where they hold it, I know we were talking about it a little bit, talking about Union Station or Power and Light. I think Union Station is a great place to hold the draft, and I think it'll look cool as a placeholder for the draft.
Well, I mean, it'll kind of recreate the World Series parade in 2000, when they did it at Union Station, which was just a great scene. It's great. I think it'll be back, and it'll be cool to see how the city adapts to it, because I think people have kind of viewed Kansas City as a city that's gone downhill, but they haven't really been back in quite some time. But the city's really come up since, I don't know, the mid-2000s when it was looking pretty rough and not the greatest. But now it's great. So to get the publicity like we are now, it's fantastic, and I think it's really going to look good with all that red. And I think they're going to not realize how many Chiefs fans are going to show up for this. And I think they're going to have more Chiefs fans than anything. It's exactly what you want.
Yeah, I think definitely a lot of Chiefs fans will come out for it. I think Kansas City is a city that, in general, we're going to come out and support our home team.
Yeah, I think it's very exciting for the city. It seems like everything is just starting to come together for the city. I mean, you got the city just seems like it's becoming bigger. We got Patrick Mahomes at the helm of our team, who's now like the face of the NFL. So it just seems like a lot of things are coming together, man. It's very exciting. Like Ray mentioned, the airport. Hopefully we can get that upgrade by that time. And yeah, man, I'm excited for it. I'm gonna show up drunk as fuck or get drunk as fuck there. So that's gonna be dope.
Pre-game, keep it rolling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's how we do things here.
And I expect everybody in the Kansas City to show up and show out.
For real.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're auditioning. I mean, it could work as an audition for sports clubs or whatever the fuck. I mean, all eyes are gonna be on the city.
Yeah, that could be our ticket to possibly getting a professional basketball team here. Or, again, yes, my bad. Bring the Kings home. I'm begging you.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
Man, for real though, bring the Kings back.
What are they doing? They're just floundering in Sacramento, a ghost town at this point.
I don't want the Kings. I'm gonna be real.
I don't want the Kings.
I don't want the Kings.
I'll take anything at this point.
I feel you, but I don't want the Kings, bro. Like, that's...
I don't want an expansion team because they'll
That
start off
sets us
so...
backwards.
An expansion team is going backwards. Because look, case in point, right? Look at the Bobcats. Still shitty, ain't they?
Well,
Pelicans.
Hornets now.
My bad, yeah. Pelicans, still shitty. What the fuck have they done? I don't want an expansion team. Give me a team and fire Vladdy Divac. That's all I'm asking for.
They're not going to fly Vladdy
Oh,
Divac.
well, never mind then at that point.
I mean, the Kings are on the same level as an expansion team, so I mean, it's not that big of a difference.
Plus it's the nostalgia to it too. I want the Kings.
Well, yeah,
Like,
that's
the alliteration of it. You know what I'm saying? Kansas City Kings. It just sounds right. It fits in with the theme of the city. Everything here is about royalty. You got the Royals, you got the Chiefs, and then you add the Kings in, trifecta.
Yeah,
it's true.
Let's bring something that's not the Kings and make it royal.
Like what?
I don't know, bro.
Damn.
But back to the draft. I mean, what do you guys think about them moving the draft around? We saw it in Nashville this past year. I think they went to Chicago.
The year before.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't last year. The year before it was in Philly.
Oh,
that's
okay,
right.
yeah.
I think the year before that it was
Chicago, yeah, when they started kind of moving it around and stuff. So
but yeah, no, like they've seen nothing but great turnouts. I'm surprised they haven't went to Dallas yet.
Yeah.
That may be where 2022
more than
ends
likely,
up.
it'd be the best move for him.
I mean, it makes sense to me. I don't know. Rodgers going to get booed anywhere he goes, so
exactly. He gets
just bring him with him.
Yeah.
So I like it.
All right, moving on to some other NFL things. Just talking about the upcoming season now, because really all we've got left is some practices and preseason, right around the corner.
God.
Right around the corner. Man, I'm excited for the season. I think like just the whole NFL in general is going to be exciting to watch this year. And we got the top 5 quarterbacks. We were each going to give out our personal opinion on who the top 5 quarterbacks will be in 2019 coming into the NFL season. Early rough prediction.
Oof. More than likely, even with the Tyreek Hill pending situation, I got to go Pat Mahomes number 1, Aaron Rodgers at 2. 3 spots where it starts getting real iffy.
Do we all have Pat Mahomes number 1?
I have Pat Mahomes at 1.
It's hard not to put him at
Okay,
one.
I was like, that's a unanimous move, right?
That's just why I wanted to bring that up, because I think we all got Pat Mahomes number 1. Pat Mahomes.
Pat Mahomes. Number 3, I guess I got to go with Breeze. Yeah,
Breezy.
4, Andrew Luck.
Look.
Yeah, Luck looked phenomenal last year. And
See, I got to go in the other way. I got Luck at 3. I'm putting Luck at 3.
You putting Luck at 3
Yep.
over Breeze?
Yep.
I feel you, because he did do a lot more with less. Not a lot more, but he looked like he was doing more with less.
And one thing you touched on before we actually started the show was the fact that you think Breeze is going to kind of fall off the cliff.
Yeah, the proverbial cliff is coming.
And I agree with you. The writing's on the wall. I don't see a lot of strength in his arm. I just think, I don't know. I think he's just, at this point, he's a high IQ player operating behind a great team.
Yeah, and
So I just think Andrew Luck is going to be at the 3. For me, he's on my 3.
And I mean, how much does it take to just throw screen passes to Alvin Kamara all game? Not a lot. And that offense is going to hum. So 5 spot though, that's where I don't know, man. I kind of want to go with just maybe, like Matt Ryan. I mean, really, who's that much better? Maybe Deshaun Watson?
Yo, I can't believe that you haven't said your boy.
GBG?
Brady.
Tom Brady isn't in your top 5.
Tom Brady isn't in Ray's top 5 right now.
He's a fringe fiver.
What?
He's a fringe fiver. Did y'all not see him last season? Like, starting off, he looked rough.
I mean, yeah, but
He
it's
looked
still
rough.
Brady.
See, like,
Either way, to me, like, that system is going to carry him. You know what I mean? The system that he runs is going to carry him to be a top 5 quarterback, I think.
top 5? And then this is the whole thing. Statistically, no, because his numbers was on par with Baker Mayfield.
I mean,
What are
that's
we going?
true.
Are we going by regular season, or are we going?
I'm gonna
Because
assume regular season.
Brady's one of those guys where it's like you gotta measure what he's done in the regular season and postseason.
Yeah.
I mean,
And
that's true.
That defines his spot.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, in the postseason AFC Championship game, if D Ford wasn't offside, I mean, he didn't play well at all.
That's what I'm saying.
At
true.
all.
I was like, I watched him struggle all last year. And then it could be, you can attribute it to the fact that we had a depleted receiving core.
Yeah. I mean, look at the receiving core this year.
It's so much better. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just going off of what I seen last year and applying it to this year. So,
I mean, why don't they all just start taking the same thing Edelman taking?
hey, bro. You can only take that in the postseason,
Luck.
bro. Come on. Jeez.
All right, fair enough.
We know this, man. But, yeah. No, who y'all got in your 5 spot?
Our top 5 are just the 5th best
The
quarterback.
5th.
The 5th best quarterback healthy is Carson Wentz.
Ooh.
Over
Healthy Carson Wentz is one of the best quarterbacks in the league.
I don't know.
Wow, you get him three
I agree
times
with
a
that,
year?
though. I agree with that though.
You get him 3 times a year, though.
Only thing is, I think he got one more season left to like.
No,
really-
yeah, his time is coming.
Yeah,
but
like,
I mean,
if he
he's
gets
got
hurt,
to.
If he gets hurt
yeah,
this season, I think he's gonna be psyched out of it.
yeah, he's got to stay healthy and he's got to keep that momentum flowing. But I mean, when he's healthy, I mean, there's a lot of talent there, but that's the big question with him if he's healthy, and it just hasn't come to be.
Over Deshaun Watson?
Yes,
Over Deshaun Watson.
EDJ don't fuck with Deshaun
I
Watson.
He
don't
don't.
like Deshaun Watson.
What's wrong with Deshaun Watson?
Please tell me.
I think he's okay.
Oh, okay.
He's
Yeah.
okay.
I'm not gonna lie. When Carson Wentz is right, he's better than Deshaun Watson.
I kind of feel like everybody fell in love with that 2017 season from Carson Wentz.
I kind of agree with you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I kind of feel like y'all riding the high for that. Because, like,
But
last year,
he
even when he
hasn't-
was healthy, I didn't see that just like
He
that
was never
pop.
all
But
the
was
way
he?
right, though.
Yeah, exactly. Was
Yeah,
he
was never
fully
all the way
healthy?
No, I'm saying when he was actually healthy until the injury. Because what, he didn't get injured till week 8.
But was he fully healthy then?
I thought he was dealing with something like the whole time.
I don't know.
Like, I
It's
don't-
always contradicting reports with him too. That's the
Yeah.
main thing. So I don't know. I'm not the biggest believer in him. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm not
Fair enough,
either.
Fair enough. I mean, top 5, obviously Mahomes is 1.
Yep.
2, I don't like Aaron Rodgers at 2, just because of the fact of the Packers aren't as good as they were. And his age is starting to show just a tiny bit. His health is kind of questionable at times now. At 2, just strictly quarterback, I would probably put Andrew Luck at 2, just because of who he is as a quarterback.
It's a little bold.
It is a bowl.
3, it's
Also,
hard to do 5. 3, I would put Rodgers at 3. We'll put him at 3.
I was like, damn.
Drew Brees at 4, and then 5, either Carson Wentz when he's healthy, if he stays healthy.
So no,
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I don't. We don't believe you. You need more people.
No, I said if. I said a big if. And Phillip Rivers. I'd put Phillip Rivers at 5.
I was
That's
just
exactly
about.
what
To,
I was
I
gonna
was just
say,
about to say,
yep.
I was like, is anybody gonna say Phil?
Yeah.
Faithful Phil.
and
Ready. I don't like your face.
you don't like Phillip Rivers?
I don't like Phillip Rivers either, but he proved a lot to me last year, especially in the game that me and Ray were at in that Chargers-Chiefs game, man. He proved a lot in that game.
Yeah, no, like all that tantrum throwing, like that was out the window. He came there to win.
Yeah.
So
I mean, he did some good things, but I feel like with him, I know what I'm getting. I know where he's gonna take the team, and it's not gonna be to the Super Bowl.
ooh.
I mean, but
Yeah.
is that
I
Phillip
wouldn't
Rivers
put
or is
that
that
all
the
on
San
Rivers,
Diego
the
Chargers? Or
Chargers.
excuse me, the Los Angeles
Oh
Chargers.
yes.
The Lost Chargers.
Ooh.
I mean, he's been the
Shots
one
fired.
constant there for several years.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, when
They
have the
haven't really
Chargers
put
done
anybody
anything
around him
ever?
other than Gates.
I mean, even Breeze couldn't do shit in San Diego when he was there. So I don't know. I think that a big part of that is just the Chargers. I think that as an organization is
Because like we've said a million times, how do you not win a championship with LT and Antonio Gates?
no
And-
shit. And I mean, a defense that was good.
Was it Prime
Junior
Weddle?
Seau was on that
Junior
defense,
Seau,
Yeah.
Sean Merriman.
and
Because of Phillip Rivers.
Jeez.
but then again, you're talking about a really young Phillip Rivers.
What has old Phillip Rivers done?
I mean, I feel you, but
Okay, who would you put at 5 then, Randy? Who would you put at 5?
I'll put Watson over Phillip Rivers.
My man.
damn, over Phillip, I don't know. I think on Phillip's best day, he's got Deshaun Watson on his best day.
Nah.
But we talking
Hell
about
no.
I mean, look
we
at-
still talking about a young Deshaun Watson.
Yeah,
though.
but look at the Texans'
Yeah, but we're talking
offensive
about right
stats.
now.
though.
Well, okay, I mean, I see what you're saying. I mean, what's the...
You said on his best day. So is Deshaun Watson on his worst day?
No. Deshaun Watson on his best day and Phillip Rivers
Oh,
on
I'm
his
taking
best day.
Deshaun Watson because then he might go off for 6 touchdowns and he might run one in for me.
Yeah, but what if you don't have D-Hop?
He's been fine without D-Hop.
I mean...
With Will Fuller and Kiki Kuti and a laundry list names of tight ends, he's fine.
I think we're getting caught up in the flashiness of Watson. I mean, just look at the offensive stats of the Texans. I mean, they're really not that good. I mean, they talked about being the best offense in football when I think it was Will Fuller.
Will Fuller?
Thank you, the Lord.
Will Fuller
Who's-
the fifth.
Yeah, who said they were the best offense in football, and at that time they were like 18th overall, 17th, something like that. So I mean, they're not that explosive offensively. I think Deshaun Watson can be explosive, but as a whole, they're really not that explosive. So I can't really take the Texans seriously. I've never been able to take the Texans seriously at all, because I mean they're the ones that gave David Carr a job. So at the end of the day,
Oh, man, that's rude to say that.
it is not.
They're the ones that fucking destroyed David Carr. That man
You're-
had the most sacks in a single season all time.
Do you think he was a good quarterback?
I think he could have been if he wouldn't have gotten fucking PTSD from his first season of getting hit every other fucking play.
If you put him anywhere else, do you think we would be still talking about David Carr today? As a good
I think he'd be an
quarterback?
average NFL
He
quarterback.
could have been a journeyman. You know
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that he would have been a star, but I also don't think he would have been out of the fucking league in 5 years if he wouldn't have been in that situation. I mean, if you're taking blindside hits, like at least
I mean, I'm not putting it
3
all
to
on
fucking
David
5
Carr,
times a
but I
game,
don't.
I mean-
I don't consider him that great.
But I mean, I agree with you with the Texans. I agree with you that
Yeah.
they're not a team that you take very seriously because I mean, really, what kind of product are they going to put on the
J.J.
field?
Watt gets hurt every other day.
Exactly.
so-
I mean, it's them and the. Man, I keep wanting to say San Diego, but them and the Chargers, I think, are one and the same. I mean, it's hard to take them serious because of, just
Because
they have a consistent.
Yeah, they're fringe contenders. I look at
Exactly.
them and I look at the Chargers, the Texans, and the Titans all in the same round.
Nah, the Titans are a whole nother fucking story.
Are they? Because I swear, one game they look elite,
Yeah.
and then the next they look like they shouldn't even be in the league.
Yeah, but they're also not putting up enough wins to even go to the playoffs.
They was in the running for it this past season, like every year.
I mean, yeah, but I mean, like, especially this season. Did you ever really think they were gonna make the fucking?
The worst
playoffs?
part is, I thought they were on just the ugliest way, the most tightened way possible.
I mean, yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't really see them as a contender at all this year. I mean, I'll give you, what was that, 2 seasons ago when they beat the Chiefs in the...
Yeah.
Oh, let's not talk about that.
I mean,
Also-
yeah, but at the same time, though, the Titans, I mean, they proved themselves a little bit in that game. But at the same time, I mean, they lost the very next game, so...
That's true.
Yeah.
I feel like we're disrespecting the fuck out of Big Ben.
I mean, I agree with you, because personally, that was going to be my number 5.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, I like Big Ben a hell of a lot more than I do Phillip Rivers. As
I
far
mean, I
as
feel you on
as
that.
far as
Okay.
on the field.
Consistency
On the field?
wise,
yeah.
On the field. Okay, yeah, because I was just...
Because I think we are getting a little caught up in Phillip Rivers'
That's
last season.
That's fair.
You
Yeah.
know, last year he did play really good, and he did a great job leading that team. But, I mean, yeah, track record, let's
be real about it.
Yeah.
And then Big Ben, what, didn't he have another 4,000-yard season
Yeah.
last year?
Mhm.
So, and this is like routine for him.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, yeah, we did get a little disrespectful.
It's gonna be interesting to see what he's gonna do without AB though.
Juju
What
Smith
Let's do the
get
same
ready
thing
to-
he's been doing for the last 15
Yeah,
fucking years.
you're right. Throw his receivers under the fucking bus. That's exactly what he's gonna do.
And win.
Barely. If that, they
man.
are not taking the AFC North this year.
Who? Okay.
Nah,
well,
I
who,
don't know.
Well, who's taking the North then? If you
Okay,
don't-
let's get into that later. Let's
Okay.
finish this quarterback
All right.
debate. 'Cause we
Okay.
got more to
I
get
think
to.
it's your.
Yeah, we
your
waiting on
choose
you.
top 5.
Oh, okay. Word. Pat Mahomes, obviously.
Right.
Number 1. I'm gonna take. See, I think 2 and 3 is pretty much Breeze, Rodgers, kind of whichever way you want to plug them.
Okay.
I'm gonna take, for the sake of the top 5, I'll take Breeze at 2, Rodgers at 3, because I do kind of agree with a little bit what EDJ was saying about Aaron Rodgers, and I don't think that he's the same quarterback he once was. I'll say Luck at 4 and Big Ben at 5 to round it up out.
That's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Yeah, I think I'm changing my 5 to Big Ben. 1, obviously I have Patrick Mahomes. 2, I'm going with Aaron Rodgers. 3, I have Andrew Luck. I think he's gonna kind of build on what he did this past season. 4, obviously I got Drew Brees. At this point, not much arm left, but hella IQ. And 5, I got Big Ben.
Oh, we touched on Breeze real quick. Do you think he can continue that streak of what he had last season of not throwing the interceptions or the completion rate that he did last year compared to this year?
I think he can. Just with the simplicity of the system. I mean,
Yep.
dump the ball down to Kamara, wide open balls to Michael Thomas.
Yeah, Michael Thomas is going to stay on slant routes.
Yeah.
You know, those little short, quick out routes. It's not a vertical offense.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not what we're expecting. So,
And the consistency that offense has put up the last
what,
10, 15 seasons, I mean, whether it was Marcus Colston at
for
one point.
years, and Jimmy Graham.
Exactly. I mean, it's always been that same type of offense, and they find the same type of receivers to plug in their places. I mean,
They get their speedy guys, and then they get their, big body contested catch guy.
yeah.
It's kind of it's a tried and true formula.
I mean, low key with their system, they kind of like the off-brand Patriots. Really break it down.
really,
I
yeah,
mean,
just a not as winning version.
exactly
of the
the
Patriots.
great value version.
An old pissy coach, an old quarterback.
Damn
Yeah.
it's pretty similar. Yeah.
revelations. Shit, crazy.
All right, moving on to kind of what we was talking about just getting into the NFL this season, early Super Bowl 54 predictions. So I want to get right back to where we was with the AFC North, because I think that's a really interesting debate. There's 4 teams up there that I think is going to be interesting.
3.
3.5.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but I think that within division play, it'll be...
Bengals ain't finna do a goddamn thing.
I
this
mean,
year.
they're not. We know that. But I think that they can at least stay in the running halfway through the season.
They going 6-10 best. I see them moving on from Andy Dalton next year. They wasted AJ Green's prime. Joe Mixon is basically going to have to be the face of that offense.
I think that we can be a little optimistic with them, though, just for the simple fact that Marvin Lewis is gone.
No, they went and hired. What is the name? They hired basically a guy who had coffee with fucking what's the coach of the Rams right now? Sean McVay. Like just because he's like friends with Sean McVay. Everybody wants this new young coach. No.
Maybe it'll work.
Fuck no.
Maybe it'll work.
No,
bro.
let's be real. See,
why?
You over here being an optimist. Why? For what? With the Bengals out of all teams.
Because Marvin Lewis is gone.
Okay. He kept them shits afloat.
Marvin Lewis kind of rebuilt that franchise, though, because they haven't won a playoff game since, 81?
Yeah, and Marvin Lewis didn't win a single goddamn one.
Yeah, but they did more winning with Marvin Lewis than they did with...
At least they had appearances in the playoffs, right?
You right. Oh, this is coming from Royals fans. My bad.
This guy over here. Okay.
See? All right. Yeah, all right. That's why you about to watch your team lose in the Stanley Cup.
Nah.
Yeah.
Nah, the Blues going all the way.
Trash. Nah. Niggas ain't got one ring. Gonna talk about the Royals. Fuck out of here. But to stay on topic though, to be honest, I really see it being an ugly grudge match between the Browns and the Ravens.
Ooh, not even the Steelers are in there.
The Steelers, I feel like they're taking a step back.
I think their step back is going to be further ahead than the Ravens.
No. Mike Tomlin is still the head coach.
You have way too much faith in Lamar Jackson.
It's not even Lamar Jackson.
Well, then what is it?
Fuck? Who said anything about Lamar
Well,
Jackson?
then what is
I
it
said
then?
The Ravens. Literally, the system, number one, and then that defense is still disgusting. That's what's going to carry him.
It didn't carry him last
Not
year.
enough offense, man.
Yeah.
It got him to the playoffs, didn't it?
It did.
Got him to the playoffs.
Yep. Not
Barely.
enough offense.
That's all that matters. If we was just literally talking about the Titans and how they just scraped their way in, how they was going to do it last year, because it was literally deadlocked between the Titans, the Texans, and the Colts. The Colts squeezed their way in.
Okay,
we were also talking about how we consistently don't have any faith in the Titans because
I was getting ready to say, okay, that is the best comparison possible for the Ravens.
Right.
The Ravens are the Titans for the next 10 years.
What? So you mean to tell me Lamar Jackson's just not going to develop at all?
No.
Fuck out of here. You have lost your fucking mind.
He is the Black Tim Tebow. How many times do we have to go over this?
Fuck no.
Yes, he is.
No.
As of right now, he is, but he's going to develop.
As of right now, yeah, come on,
right
now.
now, he is, but he's going to develop.
Well, shit. Then, hey, Tim Tebow would have had a chance to develop if they fucking let him.
Exactly.
No, he
Get out of
He
here.
would have been trashed the whole time.
Y'all wild.
Tim Tebow was about to be trashed that whole time, bro.
Get him.
There was nothing pointing to him ever possibly making a good throw.
Get him,
Tim
Schroeder.
Tebow was a fucking winner.
The Steelers could
He
not.
wins everywhere he fucking goes. And look, he audibled and confused one of the best fucking safeties in the league in
my
overtime
God.
to win a playoff game. That's a fucking quarterback.
I think they were surprised that they were letting Tim Tebow throw the fucking ball in the overtime in the playoffs. Paul Mully was so shocked that they let Tim Tebow throw a 10-yard in route that he was so fucking wide open that's how the Denver won that game. Get the fuck out of here, dude.
They won it.
Hey, we done pissed off EDJ, bro. I was waiting to see it.
We got EDJ.
This man about to Kirk, bro.
Hey, no.
Go play for the Mets.
Jesus Christ.
That, bro. Tim Tebow would have been a winning quarterback, all right? Winning. With Tebow, it's winning.
Okay.
Everywhere Tebow goes, he fucking wins.
How
yeah,
old
the
is
Jets
Big
really
Ben?
did well.
How old is Big
He
Ben?
didn't even fucking play with the Jets.
Exactly. Thank
Nobody
God.
gave him a chance.
Like 38.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And y'all really
Yeah.
putting this much faith in Big Ben?
Yes.
Y'all have lost your fucking
I
mind.
would put-
Consistently, yes.
Do you think from last year to this season he's gonna fall off that much to where
The proverbial cliff. We was
Baltimore-
literally just talking about the proverbial cliff.
The proverbial cliff.
Exactly, because you know it's coming.
Ray's over here fucking screaming doomsday.
Destroy us all.
I got Max Kellerman right here. I got Skip fucking Bayless right here talking about Tebow. This shit is ridiculous.
No, because y'all are putting way too much fucking faith in Big Ben.
It's not about faith. It's about what we've seen. The evidence that we've seen from Big
No,
Ben.
if Levi can be a goddamn optimist, so the fuck can I. All right?
Not with Lamar Jackson.
Fuck out of here.
Then why can't you be an optimist with the goddamn Bengals to go fucking...
Because it's the goddamn Bengals. That's exactly why.
Because it's goddamn Lamar Jackson. There we go.
Oh, shit.
No, because they still got Andy Dalton, a mid-tier quarterback,
Yeah.
an aging AJ Green, and Joe Mixon. Joe Mixon, like, come on. Like, he's mid for even a quote-unquote elite running back.
Joe Mixon? Mid?
I said for an elite running
I
back.
think when he's healthy, he's...
Yeah.
He has a point for an elite.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Right.
when you think
Middle
of, like...
of the top of the food chain.
Exactly.
is what
Like,
he's
when you're
saying.
thinking of, like, really good running backs, that is not the dude that comes to mind.
Yeah. I mean,
Never is. He will never be like, oh, man, I wish I could cut on a dime like that. Fuck no. I'm not thinking of Joe Mixon.
but he's also tucked off in Cincinnati. Where
Exactly. I think that's something.
the only reason we know about what the fuck is going on in Cleveland is one, because they went 0-16, and two, because they made all these moves in the last couple of seasons.
Yeah.
I mean, or else we wouldn't, know anything about, like Nick Chubb. I mean,
I would
wouldn't
have,
give
just
a
because
fuck about Chubb.
I pay attention to Georgia. Like, whenever they send out running backs, always pay attention to them. That is running back you. I fuck with them tough.
eh.
So as far as the AFC North is concerned, I have the Browns doing more damage than everybody else.
Oh, then everyone.
Yeah, I expect
Okay.
them to win it, but I don't see them going far with it.
No?
I don't see it.
I mean, this will be their first taste of what.
OBJ has to show me he can do something in the playoffs.
He got to show me he can even
Shut-
make it
shut
to the
your fucking
goddamn
mouth.
field.
All right.
That's the truth. That's
All right,
true
so-
though.
What?
But that's true.
What? Yeah, what?
That's true.
He got sent home because he needs to be mentally prepared to play some football. Get the fuck out of here. You don't want to play football.
He do.
I think he
It's
wanna play-
OTAs.
I think he want to play.
You're
football.
overreacting to
Then the
OTAs.
fuck did he even show up for in the first place? And why does his coach have to release a fucking statement about, oh, OBJ's not here because he's got to be mentally prepared?
Because
Because everybody's gonna ask. questions.
Exactly, because
And
it's
then-
OBJ. They're going to
why
ask the
even
questions.
show up then to OTAs? Why even show up in the first place?
That's just like when you show up to class and you be like, hey, teacher, I don't really feel it. Can I go home? Yeah. You want to make sure it's cool with your coaches
At least
and the
he
team.
tried.
He showed the team, like, hey, I'm here. I don't really want to be here.
he
I don't
showed,
need
he
to be
showed
here.
the team that he's disinterested.
It's OT fucking A's. Who gives a shit besides you? Not a soul. Exactly. No one gives a single fuck.
They ain't gonna give a fuck when he not fucking know the playbook.
That's what
Play
preseason's for.
32. What the fuck is that?
Hey, he's just gonna run.
Then
and
they
go.
gonna be fucking
Hey,
worried.
Just run a go route at that
Yeah,
point.
you fucking right. He's
Exactly.
gonna be off somewhere else, and they're gonna be playing
wide
football.
open.
Doubt it.
Yep.
What y'all got for the AFC North? Who you got winning?
Steelers.
Yeah.
No.
It's
Defense ain't good enough. They just signed Stevie Nelson. Trash. Big
Good,
trash.
good enough.
Worst part is I think he's gonna work there.
yeah. He's yeah.
Just tackle. Don't even worry about
Just
defending the
because
fucking ball.
Yeah. He's
I
gonna work.
mean-
think
Hit somebody.
You know, one thing I have to say about OTAs, the first thing that the Chiefs posted on Twitter the other day, you know who the first motherfucker I see running out on the field?
Sorensen?
Fucking Daniel Sorensen. I'm like, are you still fucking here?
Yeah.
How?
Hey.
Hell yeah, he's still here.
Still here.
Hey. So this is where it counts, right? So tryhards like him can stay on the fucking team. When you're good, you don't have to be there.
Then
He
don't
does
show
not
up
have
for one
the
fucking
goods.
day. Just don't show up. The fuck do you need to be there for one fucking day?
Exactly.
Exactly.
No, because he doesn't need to be there.
Exactly. Then why the fuck did he show up?
To show that he don't need to be there. You show your face.
That don't even make sense.
Participation credit.
That's exactly why he is the way he is. Participation.
So you mean to tell me that dumpster fire in New York isn't the reason why?
He just went to a bigger one.
He
just went to a bigger one.
Nah. They
Historic-
are not the Giants. They are not sticking by a shite quarterback.
He's one of the biggest reasons for their dumpster fire.
Who? Eli, you damn right he is.
No.
Eli is
Hell.
Eli is the-
Eli brought them 2 Super Bowls.
that defense brought them 2 Super Bowls.
It turned into a dumpster fire, bro.
It turned into a dumpster fire, yeah.
Eli.
After they
Eli,
drafted
the Manning
Odell.
family has fucked over that organization.
The moment they drafted Odell.
Fuck this dude, bro. All right, aside from Levi's fuckery,
Yeah.
I want to talk about potential contenders out of, each division. Because we already went over the AFC North. The NFC North is really interesting to me because the Lions have made a lateral move, basically. Like, they didn't move up or down in my rankings, for real.
I feel that. Something I want to say on that, though. I saw a ranking this week, ranking the quarterbacks in the NFC North specifically. And they had Rodgers, Trubisky, Cousins, Stafford, dead last.
That's bold.
That is bold
That's
as
what
shit.
I thought. I was like,
Trubisky over... No.
I mean, I was more mad about Cousins.
Yeah, that's...
Cousins over Stafford, I'll give him Trubisky at number 2.
Nah. Hell no. Nah. If
I guess not yet, but...
You want to talk about somebody that really need to develop and he has everything to develop there? That's a motherfucker that needs to... We need to see some progress.
I feel you.
like
on that.
immediately.
Yeah. Because that's a team that could contend. Like,
they're
really
right
contend.
there.
Yeah.
They're right there. All they really needed was a
good kicker.
A good kicker and an above average quarterback.
Did they won the North last year, right?
I think they did.
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
I mean, to be honest, the rest of the North was
Ass.
Yeah.
kinda.
But at the same time, like, the North, really, do you see anyone else getting their shit together for
No.
2019?
No.
I mean, I think the Bears are about the only team that's going to come out of that division.
If they can pull some Aaron Rodgers magic, but like,
And I mean, maybe if the Vikings can pull up some
No.
magic, but I mean,
With Kirk Cousins
with
as your
you.
quarterback?
I mean,
that defense has stayed the same. The worst part
Yeah.
is that's an elite defense.
yeah,
It is,
dude.
yeah.
There's no way that they should be as shitty as they are.
Yeah, they will never do anything with. That's sad because they
Just-
pay Kirk Cousins all that fucking money. How?
90 something. What was it? 96 mil guaranteed.
Something like that.
Guaranteed.
30 mil a year. I know for sure it's
You're
at least 30
paying
mil
him
a year.
that no matter what.
Yep.
What?
Retarded.
What? Who signed off on that?
Who is the GM of the
Yo.
Vikings?
Stupid. That's who he is.
Big stupid.
Anyways.
But yeah, and it's kind of weird because like we kind of got to sit here and watch the fall of Aaron Rodgers, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's disheartening.
I would say it's more the fault of the Packers than Aaron Rodgers, but it's kind of both.
Well, I mean,
yeah.
because think about that. How long has the fucking Packers been good for? I mean, since Favre.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't skip a beat when Aaron Rodgers came in, really. I mean,
And then there's no visible heir apparent.
right.
Who's going to take
Yeah.
over the helm after that?
That's very true.
That team is about to be in disarray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And really, they pissed the last how many ever seasons away. I mean,
Cause bro, Mike McCarthy just was like, I'm gonna drop this play. Aaron Rodgers, go do your thing.
they got one Super Bowl out of that.
Out of my personal greatest quarterback I've ever seen with my own two eyes.
Aaron Rodgers is the Dan Marino of this generation with the
I was
ring.
gonna say, with the ring,
He's
yeah.
got a ring, but I mean, low key, he should have had
At
a
least
few
three.
more.
He should have had at least three.
Yeah,
He should have
yeah.
had 3.
Yeah.
But
So moving on from the North, I mean, the rest of the NFC, who you guys kind of really?
the South, the NFC
Yeah.
South is always nasty.
That's true.
Always. Because it's always a dogfight because you can never count out Carolina. The Falcons are semi-elite.
Tampa with Arians.
Yeah. And then they went and
Yeah.
got, I mean, like, say what you will, but they went and got Sue.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't wait to see that. I just can't wait to see how this comes together. And
Really, and this is Jameis Winston's final year.
Yup, he has to get it done. No excuses.
Because if he doesn't, then he's just going to be a journeyman quarterback at this point.
Yeah.
That's his destiny.
And you have an elite receiver on staff. I mean,
And Chris Godwin has been stepping up. That dude is nice.
Yep.
OJ Howard, like they have
Yeah.
all the pieces. Besides, the main thing that they've always been missing was a really good running back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
that's
is it.
true.
They've had serviceable offensive lines, just no running back to get busy behind it.
Yeah, because Doug
Martin.
Doug Martin, he
was-
only had one good year.
Well, yeah, and I was about to say that was before Jameis even.
Yeah, and then I mean, obviously the Saints.
Yeah.
Obviously the Saints.
I feel like it's hard to take the Falcons serious after that Super Bowl loss. Like, I'm just being real. Like,
And the year they followed it up with. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Nah,
with
y'all
all
not-
of
y'all
that,
really not
I mean,
bullshitting.
Take them serious.
Yeah.
I can't take them seriously.
But that's the worst part. They're
that's-
that annoying team.
Exactly, they're the Chargers of that division. That's literally what I was just thinking. Because I mean, look, they're always there. They're always contending. I mean, even back when, like Tony G, when he left to go to the Falcons. I mean, that team was good, and it's like they could probably do something, but then they end up fucking it up every year.
Every year.
Yeah. So I mean, really, to me personally, the Saints are about the only team out of that division that I'm.
Who's
really,
left in that division?
You got Carolina, Tampa Bay, and
Yeah.
Atlanta
And
outside of New Orleans.
I don't have
mean,
any. Does anyone have any faith in Carolina?
No, I mean same thing with
Especially-
Carolina
yeah,
personally.
especially with
After
Cam
their
Newton,
after
we
that
don't know
Super
if he's
Bowl,
coming back 100%.
it's hard to take them
Yeah,
serious.
that hangover they had from that. Ugh.
I don't know.
Tampa's stepping over Carolina.
Yeah,
Yeah, they could be the number 2.
And part of me kind of thinks like this. I don't know. Like, I think Cam Newton needs a new setting. I think he's disinterested in Carolina a little bit.
That could be true.
Could be.
That could be true.
How many years does he have left?
I'm not 100% on his contract.
He's got 2 or 3, doesn't
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought you was talking about like left period in the league.
No, well, somewhat, but I mean his contract in general.
Oh yeah, I think he's got 3 years left on it. Because they signed him to an extension like right after the Super Bowl.
Well, and are you worried about a big drop off from Cam off of the,
Off the shoulder injury?
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, not only the shoulder injury and just all the abuse he's taken over his career. I mean,
Yeah.
look at the, not necessarily comparing him to Vic running style, obviously, but with the injuries, I mean, look at how hard Vic,
Fell off.
Mhm.
Yeah. The main thing is though is that it sucks that he had that shoulder injury at a time where he was really trying to find his own as a pocket quarterback.
Yeah.
Because he improved vastly last year. He actually had true pocket poise and
And if he can continue on that, I mean, he can transition himself into a different quarterback than what he was coming into the league. And I mean, honestly, I mean, almost anything in any, whatever you do in life, like if you can transition yourself to be a different, kind of player in whatever sport,
Well,
I mean, it's going to help out.
I think McCaffrey really adds, a wild card factor to their offense for sure. It's kind of like a.
Another statement I saw this week about McCaffrey, someone said he's the best running back in the fucking league.
No.
Yeah, I was like, what?
nah, that's some sensationalism.
Yeah.
Top 5 though.
Quality.
Yeah.
Top 5.
I would say he's probably the best utility player.
yeah.
right now.
There's
Yeah.
nothing you can't do with that dude.
That's true.
Nothing. But yeah, no, he makes a really good argument to be the best running back in the league, but just to flat out say it, nah. Maybe give him one more year of like elite production. I might I might go to bat for him, but
East and West. What do you guys think? Any real contenders? I mean, obviously you got the Rams in the West. Does Seattle contend?
yeah, Seattle, they are stingy with wins.
Yeah.
Ugly team. Just you
They're
don't
kind
know
of like
any of the
a-
guys' names. That's the worst.
Yeah.
Well, and that's something we did not mention Russell Wilson at all. Nobody mentioned his name in our top
that's
5.
true.
We are wild
quarterback.
That
disrespectful.
is very
Yeah.
disrespectful.
I didn't even think about him.
I know
Yeah.
because he's this is the worst part because like his numbers never really jump off, but they're always good.
Well, and that, and with the Legion of Boom not being a thing anymore, I mean, I think they get overlooked. Like, nobody even thinks about Seattle. Like we just said, none of us even thought about him. I don't think Seattle gets thought of as much.
No, because and what's crazy? Pete Carroll has an efficient system.
Yeah.
This dude just churns out running backs like no other. Mm-hmm. Pick and plug. That's it. And only thing is though that offense takes a serious hit with Doug Baldwin leaving.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? That dude has been like the face of that passing offense for the past six years.
I mean, what have they done to shore that up?
They added DK Metcalf.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
Tyler Lockett stepped up a lot last year too.
Yeah.
I like Lockett.
I do.
He's good.
And then
Other than that, the other two in that division, though, you got San Francisco and
Arizona.
I mean, Arizona is.
Out of DK.
you wanna know what's something crazy though? Reports are that Arizona could be running out of shotgun a lot this year.
Yeah.
Smart.
Very.
I mean, I
smart.
think that's obvious,
I'm
though.
not
I
going to have
think,
Kyler Murray go under center.
right. I mean, I don't think that running out of shotgun, I mean, there's a lot of teams, I think, that run a lot out of shotgun.
I mean, I
No.
think Kingsbury's style will help him out of the shotgun more than anything. I think we see the Rams take a step back. I don't have as much faith as Jared Goff is seen him play in the playoffs, especially in the Super Bowl, even though the Patriots had a really good plan for him in the Super Bowl. I mean, still, though, you were considered going into that an semi-MVP runner, and then you just go in there and lay an egg, and you weren't even that good in the playoffs to begin with.
Yeah.
So,
and then we still don't know what's going on with Todd Gurley.
Yeah.
I think the Rams definitely take a step back, but I don't think that that's even close to the rest of the division where they're at.
Because
I still think they win it.
Yeah, the Niners didn't step anywhere close. Like, they haven't made any vast improvements to that team.
If you were out of those two teams, Arizona and San Francisco, they're obviously not in the running for it at all with, most people. Who would you see as a dark horse more likely? Arizona or San Francisco?
San Francisco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
Their defense is better.
Yeah.
And with the addition of Joey Bosa. Yeah.
Yep. Defense is better. I pray Jimmy G can stay on the field.
Right.
Because if so, then that gives them a lot of hope.
A couple weapons to work with.
Yeah.
You got Chris. You got Kittle. You got George.
Yeah.
Kittle.
George Kittle. What is his name? Marquise Goodwin.
Yeah.
Man, I'm trying to remember. They actually have a decent pass core too. I can't think of it at the moment. But
what about the East? Jason Witten says this is the best Cowboys team he's ever played on in his entire career.
I'm sure he did. Aren't the Cowboys the best team in the league every year, preseason?
Pretty much, yeah.
no faith.
You're not going anywhere with Dak Prescott. You're not going anywhere with Dak Prescott.
Even though I will give him a bit more credit, he looked so much better with Amari Cooper, with an actual true deep threat.
Because Amari Cooper is an elite receiver.
If they can replicate what they did towards it, if they can...
No, we're not going to skip over that.
You don't think he's an elite receiver?
Fuck no. He said Amari Cooper elite.
Amari Cooper elite?
Elite?
He's mid-elite, bro.
He played with Derek Carr.
You know what he is? He is the
Bro.
Joe Mixon of elite receivers.
Yeah, that's still,
You are like French.
I didn't say top three.
That's a step up from what they have, though.
All right, fair enough. All right.
They need him.
I'm sorry. It's just hard for me to call that man elite. Nah, there's no way you can go out and put up 300 yards on a team. Or excuse me, no. What did he put on the Chiefs? 216?
I think so.
And then
something like that.
Literally go out there and lay a goose egg the next week. No, not elite. Not my receiver. No.
Mid-elite, bro.
Very mid. Very mid. Emphasis on the mid-elite.
So I don't know. I don't have a lot of faith in them in that division. But at the same time, I mean, who the fuck is there to have faith in that division?
You're hoping Carson Wentz is healthy.
Yeah.
Because they don't have Nick Foles anymore.
No insurance policy.
Yeah.
Nope.
I think
it's all on you.
That's
the
their
jig is
right
up.
I'm talking about a team that I think is going to take a step back. I think that's...
A few steps back.
Because then what? And then look at the other two teams you got in the division. You got the Giants and the Redskins.
You know what's the worst part? Because we always make this comparison. The Redskins are the Chargers of that division.
I don't know.
That's disrespectful.
Yeah, they're a little less than the Chargers.
Because they're annoying. They get these ugly ass wins and then they just fuck up your chances of contention. It's kind of.
I say they're more like the Raiders. If you're gonna compare them to AFC West, they may have a good season here and there and make the playoffs, but they're not doing shit with it.
They made some big improvements though this offseason.
Well, they got a better quarterback.
Better quarterback, better defense. Because they went and added Landon Collins. They drafted Montez Sweat. I'm trying to remember who else they got. It was somebody else on that defensive line.
In time, I think they're going to be solid.
In time?
Yeah, in time, I think. I don't think it's going to transpire this year, but in time, I think they'll be solid.
You know
Haskins
what?
is going to be that dude, man. I'm telling you guys.
I think he will be. But you know what? There's nobody like too great this season, I think, in the East. You know what I smell?
Don't say it.
I smell an impactful season for one Eli Manning and leading the Giants back to the playoffs.
And his talking for privileges are revoked. He is fucking done.
The cancer of Odell Beckham is finally gone. Eli can go back to his true, once great form.
You know what? You want to know a little fact I just learned? You can't spell lie without Eli, Levi.
Damn. All right, fair enough. But when the Giants go 10-6 and win that division,
I don't think they'll need 10 wins.
Goddamn.
Damn, bro. You don't think
When
that's
Eli goes 9-7 and wins that division,
When he
mark
goes-
my fucking words.
When he goes 7-9 and wins the East,
Oh shit.
You know what's the worst part? He might be right.
He might be
It's-
right. I mean, look at the Seahawks. The
I
year
mean,
that they-
it's going to be similar to the NFC West a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
and it's not
Yeah.
what's there.
The best record I see coming out of there is probably 8-8.
If Carson Wentz is healthy, I can see him going 9-7, and they win the division.
That's a huge if right there.
If
I mean, on paper, we're being real disrespectful to the Cowboys.
We really are.
I mean, on paper, like,
I think they got it. They should have it sold up. But
they should.
This
when
is
you
the
expect
Cowboys
them-
we're talking
Exactly. When you expect them to do something, they don't.
But, exactly. And when you got that
about. Nope.
inconsistent quarterback of Eli to find just a good season to be consistent, this is that season right here.
It ain't.
This is that season.
Who does he have to throw to?
It doesn't matter.
Yes,
David
Saquon Barkley.
Tyree
That's
caught
all
a
that
fucking
matters.
Super Bowl winning catch,
You-
okay?
like, bro, they're literally gonna overload Saquon this year. He's gonna have
It's gonna be
700
so
touches.
terrible, dog.
He's gonna have 700 touches. I'm drafting
about
him.
to
He's
run
my
him
number
into
one
the-
overall
there you
fantasy
go.
pick.
There you go. Draft Saquon Barkley, ladies and gentlemen.
Because, oh my God, literally, bro, he's going to be fighting 10 men in the box.
yeah, he is.
AFC was, so we pretty much got through the NFC. So AFC was, I mean, really, what are the contenders that we're looking at? I mean, obviously, the obvious
Yeah,
is
come on.
Chiefs. We got the Patriots, obviously. In the South, I think we all agree that the Colts are definitely
Pretty much.
The favorite.
a really
Only
good
thing
team
is,
to
can
get to
they
the
get that man
playoffs.
some
And
receivers?
I mean, this is gonna be another Colts season. They're gonna win.
Apparently,
get to the playoffs,
everyone
and
is
they're gonna lose
really
in the
high on
playoffs.
Paris Campbell.
Are they?
That's what they. That's
What college did he come out of?
Ohio State,
The Ohio State.
and it'll remain to be seen.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Colts are the easy favorite in the South. In the North, I mean, we touched on it a little bit. In the West,
Obviously, the Chiefs.
I don't know.
Actually, you know, it's a team that's like seems they're not going to do anything, but they just seem like a lot of fun this year. The Jets,
Yeah.
like that
Well,
offense is
and-
going to be fun.
I mean, yeah, and I mean they're already having problems with
Exactly.
Gase and Bell.
Yeah, it's going to be great. It's going to
Yeah.
be so much fun to watch.
No, you're right. You're absolutely right.
You know, I know they're not going to do shit, but
So then let's get back to the original premise of this early Super Bowl 54 predictions. Who you guys got in the Super Bowl as of right now? And I mean it's not even June yet, so it's very early.
way too early.
Right, the way too early Super Bowl predictions from the Showbank Show.
Patriots versus Bears.
I was about to say, you know what? I was literally gonna say Chiefs Bears.
Really?
Yes,
I don't know why I see the Bears.
dude.
as-
The Bears are
that
low
defense
key,
is fucking disgusting. It's
and if,
scary.
like we was talking about, if Trubisky can just really progress just a little bit,
Just a little bit.
they can be such a good team.
Yeah.
Cause do they still got Jordan Howard and
Nope.
Tariq?
Nope.
Howard left.
Yep. They sent him to the Eagles.
Yeah,
For
you're
nothing.
right. Yeah.
For nothing. I don't know. They just happen to just churn out running backs in Chicago
Yeah,
too.
I'm with you with the Bears though. I'm saying Chiefs Bears.
Yep. That's my pick.
I got the Chiefs and the Saints.
Okay.
I think the Saints, even though
very
I think Drew Brees falls off a bit, I still think they stay with that simplistic formula, and they finally get to the back to the Super Bowl this year. And the Chiefs, I mean, obviously it's just Patrick Mahomes, and a new and improved defense.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Basically the third place game from last year.
yeah, and I think our new receiver
Facts.
that we drafted steps up in place
Yeah.
of Tyreek Hill.
And with Tyreek Hill.
And yeah, if ultimately Tyreek Hill plays, then that would be even better.
Yeah, I think with the improvements on defense for Kansas City, it gets them over the hump. So obviously the Chiefs and the AFC. NFC is a little bit trickier. I know I said they're going to take a step back, but I can see the Rams sneaking in there. Barely,
Yeah, I
just
can see
because
that.
of their offense. I
I
can
can
see
see
them
that.
sneaking in there. And I think a lot of people would pay a lot of money to see that game. So,
Well, in the addition of Eric Weddle to that
Yeah.
defense,
yeah.
Facts.
yeah, I mean that's gonna be a big deal. I mean they stepped up their defense, just like the Chiefs stepped up theirs, and like you said, I think a lot of people would like to see that game.
Yeah, so I'll give it that just because I don't have as much confidence in the NFC as I do the AFC. So I'll give it to the Rams, but that's a little shaky. I like the Bears a lot too.
Yeah.
That's probably a more solid pick, but just for the sake of a dream matchup, we'll do the Rams.
If you are a long-standing Showbakes fan, you already know what's going on. We got another segment of True or False. So to start it off, we're gonna go with women should pay half on the rent.
Dum dum.
True or false? The heat is on. What's up?
In this economic climate where wages are stagnant, cost of living is going up, I believe that the traditional household of a singular income is dead. So yes, women should have to pay half the rent.
It's been dead.
In that same breath, the housework also has to be split too.
Facts.
Yeah, no, I agree with that.
You get what I'm saying?
Facts.
Yeah.
That 1950 shit is dead.
Yeah. Like, unless you balling like that and you can afford to have your woman not work,
Yeah.
go more power to you if you want to
Yeah.
stick to, the traditional house ways.
Cause I'm for that.
Yeah.
However you want to live is however you want
Yeah.
to live. I think
But-
you hit it right on the head. Cause
But on average, yeah. I look here, I need half of that. I need that half. Or we ain't going to make it.
I mean, exactly. I mean, it's all about making it and making a good living for yourself, right? And especially if you got a household with a man and a woman, obviously you're probably gonna have a family attached to that.
Yeah.
And if you want to succeed, I think yes. I'm gonna say true as well. I think if you want to succeed, you do need both of them, unless you got it like that, or in whatever your situation may be. I think unless you can really afford that and be okay with that, like you said, more power to you if you can do it. But it's difficult in this day and age.
I'm going to say true, because that's how we do it, in my house. I mean, it's, half and half. If you both have careers and if you both make the money, you shouldn't really force one or the other to, pay up the whole thing. It just doesn't make sense unless you get married, unless you have the ability to have just one person be employed. That is a different story. But if you're both younger and if you both have a job to where you make enough money to split the rent, then do it. I don't see why you wouldn't do it. I mean, like Ray said, job economics are kind of stagnant. Not poor, but they're stagnant wages at work right now. So yeah, I mean, if you have the time and if you have the money to do it, just do it. It doesn't make any sense not to do it. Like I said, unless you're married, then you can have the ability to just do one job. But
And it should always be talked about with your partner. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This should be a well-communicated issue,
Well, and I think you hit it on the head too with the housework, because then you gotta split up those duties as well.
She can't just be sitting there cleaning up the whole house while paying half the rent. At
Yeah,
that point, you a bum.
exactly. Because if you doing half of the work on the rent, I mean, you should be doing half the work in the house.
For sure. She shouldn't be doing all the cooking, cleaning. That should be split in half. Very simple.
And I'm gonna go true with you guys. I think women should pay half the rent, but I think for myself, it's for a different reason than what you guys are pointing out. I agree with everything Ray said. In the sense of the economical climate isn't the best for men to just be
The singular
on the hook.
breadwinner.
Be on the hook for the rent themselves. But I think it should be earned. I think that's like a luxury. For you to not be able to have to pay rent. I mean, that puts you in good financial position, and I'm kind of out here. I'm kind of out here, kind of taking that for you. So
I mean,
earn it. So let's put time in and show that you're worthy of me investing in the rent, and you not having to come out of pocket for that.
And not to mention, I mean, and like I said, whatever your position is, but maybe if you do pay all the rent, maybe have her save. You know what I mean?
right.
Like, especially if you guys both have incomes, because I think if you both have incomes, I mean, what is the point? You know what I mean?
It's a lot of splitting if
Right,
you live together
right.
and you both have jobs.
Exactly.
You
I mean,
just-
if you both have jobs, I mean, and that money, what are you gonna do with your money if you're working?
Right.
I
Well,
mean,
like Ray
where's
said,
that money going? You know what I'm saying? If you're expecting just the man to pay the full,
But I
rent
think
and
a lot
bills.
of women look at it like, okay, it's my money, so if I'm not contributing towards the rent, he can't tell me what I'm doing with this other side.
That's toxic.
That's what I think. So I think so
that's
too.
toxic. Because I mean, at the end of the day, then what do you want me to do? Say the same thing? What's mine is mine.
Exactly.
You know,
No,
and
because then at that point they want the cake and want to eat it too.
well,
You know
and
what I'm saying?
that breeds, you know, like, well, this is my house, this is
Yeah.
my roof, like,
Exactly.
you can see the door if you want to, you know, type of atmosphere.
That's a big fact, and I feel like that old model is what kind of led to a more toxic environments, households. You know what I mean? As in, there was a lot more domestic violence back then, and a lot of that went unreported. Because it leads to that type of entitlement. You know what I'm saying? Where they have this mindset of thinking, it's my house, my rules, my property. I can do what I see fit with it, even if that means abusing said property. You know what I'm saying? Because I not watched it, but heard stories firsthand from my grandmother, speaking of women who didn't work and they were stay-at-home mothers and had to deal with domestic, violence due to that type of mindset.
Let's not forget, them motherfuckers got tank tops named after them.
That is
White
very true.
beaters.
I can't even say, you can't even look those up no more, bro. They called A-shirts.
For real?
Yeah, they not called wife beaters no more. Those are called A-shirts. I just bought a pack the other day. They put that shit on there.
I don't think the culture has changed much in that aspect, though, because I still think there's lots and lots and lots of unreported domestic violence. I don't think that, back then that there was more of it. I definitely think it happened. I mean, there's no doubt about it that it happened, but I don't think it's happened less now. I think, if anything, it's happening more now because of the culture we've kind of shaped and changed in our own way. I think, the moral standard back then was a little different compared to it is now. I'm not saying it was better then, because there were a lot of things wrong with the moral standard back then. But I think a lot of the moral standards that were good then are gone now. So I definitely don't think that there's a smaller amount of unreported domestic violence. I can't see that.
I feel like it's more reported now. Back then, it was a lot more accepted. It was actually on TV screens. The Honeymooners. Jackie Gleason used to threaten his wife on a weekly basis.
I'll send you to the moon.
Bing, bang, boom, straight to the moon.
So I guess everybody believes that women should pay half on the rent, go half on their rent. Now we're going to move to UFC, and true or false. Kevin Lee will never win a title. True or false?
True.
Why, Levi? Why would he never win the title?
I say mainly true just for the last... Who did he fight before RDA? He moved back up to 170. Ally Quinta.
Was it?
Yep. Lost to Ally Quinta. In the same way, I think. Ally Quinta said that he didn't feel like this kid has no heart, is how he put it. But I think that he kind of gave up towards the end of that RDA fight. I think when he gets tired, I think he kind of gives up a little bit in his fights. And I mean, I think that's personally my reasoning why I don't think he'll ever win a title. I think that he'll probably at least contend for another title and be up there because I think he's good enough to be up at the top of the food chain at 55 and 70. And I mean, that's saying something because, I mean, those two weight classes are absolutely ridiculous and always ridiculous. So, I mean, I think that he's an excellent fighter, but I don't think that he'll ever actually win a title.
I'm going to say false.
Yeah.
I'm going to go on the contrary.
Yeah.
For the simple fact, Kevin Lee is 25, 26 years old.
Yeah.
Still relatively young in his fight game. He has
Very young.
He has plenty of time to further own his skills and, possibly work on that cardio because we've seen that's, been his Achilles heel for the past, few years.
You know what? I agree with you. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to say false. He will win a championship in Bellator.
You wild. you wild. This dude. Nah, I think he can pull it off. I think he can get that coveted UFC title. He may not, reign for long. He may not defend it, but I believe he can win it. So I'm going to go with false.
What do you think weight class? 55 or 70? You think he's got a better shot with 70? Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree with
55
you.
ain't for him. He going to die trying to get it at 55.
Man.
All right, moving along. Donald Cerrone is the GOAT with the title win.
Cowboy! I think you can stake the claim that he's the GOAT without a title win, personally.
No.
What?
Nah. There's too many double champs out there. As many wins as he has and as impressive as they've been. No.
I guess what are we going off of? GOAT period or GOAT at like lightweight? Or at least
Even
like
then, they
lower?
lightweight. There's other dudes who hold more weight.
Okay, who?
BJ Penn.
Because he's got more wins than all of them in the UFC.
But he, you know what he is? We was just literally talking about this. That's Dan Marino.
I mean, I feel that.
The damn GOAT without a ring.
Yeah, it goes back to the championship debate. How many rings do you have at the end of the day? How many belts do you have at the end of the day?
I just need one belt. That's it. He get one belt.
No, I mean, I completely feel you on that debate of that he needs a belt, because I do think he needs a belt, but at the same time, I think that there's a strong argument.
Oh no, the
without
argument
the
can be
belt,
made.
you know. And I mean, other than that, I mean, okay, you say BJ, I agree. I mean, he's probably the greatest lightweight of all time.
Possibly.
You can put Frankie in that mix.
Yeah.
But then after that, who else you got?
I mean, to be honest, you got just for the simple fact he actually won the belt, you can say Conor.
Nah, see, get the fuck out of here with that.
How come?
Because with Conor, I mean, like, what, he had one fight at lightweight? 2 now? He's 1-1? Okay. That's a 1-1 record.
Both was for the belt. This man,
Yeah.
Cowboy, is what, 0-1 for the belt?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not good. It's not you looking funny in the light at that point.
It's not good, but also he's got the most wins in UFC history.
Yeah. You can be the
And
most
I'm pretty sure
winners.
the most finishes.
Yeah.
So
That's dope. That's great.
So
Where
you're
is that
taking a
rank?
guy that you were saying a guy that has won one fight, one at this weight class, has more over a Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
It was. What did those fights mean? Those other fights at lightweight, what did they mean? What did they accomplish?
For Cowboy?
Yes.
I mean, not a belt, but everything
Exactly.
else. I mean,
What'd you start off with?
not a
for the
belt. I mean, yeah, you're right. But
That's
at
what I'm
the
saying.
same
They're
time,
just fights
like,
at that point.
so you're saying 20 plus wins isn't shit compared to one title fight and one lost title
Because that's
fight.
what you're fighting for at the end of the day. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. It ain't just the Ultimate Fighting League. It's the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You want that belt. That is the ultimate goal.
I agree with you that that's the end goal, but at the same time, I mean...
And I'm not trying to just completely discount
No,
it. That's
I mean, I
amazing.
hear you. I mean...
It's just, it don't mean a thing without the ring.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
No, I totally get it. I just the body of work he has put up in the UFC is just absolutely insane.
It needs to be capped off with that belt.
Yeah.
That's all it needs. Because then, at that point, yeah, you can't tell me that was a lightweight better than him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There's random dudes who might have beat him on random nights, but there was nobody actually better than him. Like, body of work does not stand to his.
Yeah.
Not-
I'm going to say 110% true. With the title win, he submits his status as the GOAT at lightweight.
Yeah, I'll give it true. Belt says it all, though. So, yeah, true.
Yeah, true, Ray?
Very true.
Very true.
All right, and to transition into some NBA questions. Steph is top 5 point guard all time. True or false? I'm gonna have to go true. As critical as I've been to Steph, I mean, we've never seen somebody with that talent shooting the ball and to be able to handle the ball. Even though I don't think the Warriors have been through much adversity, every scenario they come up against, they go victorious. So I mean, I don't think his resume should be compared to a LeBron or Jordan or Kobe like that, but I definitely
We're talking
think,
specifically point guard, though, right?
yeah,
Okay.
specifically
Okay, yeah.
point guard. I think he's definitely top 5.
Yeah, I'll go with true. I don't point guard, yeah, probably, but top 5 shooters of all time, absolutely. Point guard, probably 5.
He's top 1 shooter.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he's
he's
easily the
top
best
1.
shooter of all time.
Really, though? You feeling a little iffy about him being, top 5 point guard?
It's there.
I mean,
who else do you
It's
got in
there.
the top 5?
that's what I'm
putting
saying.
ahead
Who
of
are
him?
you putting at him? Who's the
What
other
5
5?
could you put ahead of him?
Yeah.
I don't know how to put them in order.
Don't put him
I
in
mean,
order.
yeah, they don't
Okay.
have to be in
Just
order.
what
Just,
five would
yeah,
you put
just,
ahead
yeah.
of him?
Who's
One
the
of
5?
one of the better point guards of all time is easily John Stockton. I mean,
Hell,
he made the playoffs
look,
every single year
That's cool.
of
but
his
Steph
career.
Curry better-
Every single year.
Steph Curry shits on him.
Yeah, what did we just say?
So what?
It don't mean anything without that ring, right?
I think
Where the
Steph shits
hardware?
on
That's
him.
not what you said. You still said true.
I mean,
No, but the question was with the title
Well, with the
win.
belt, you're right. You're
title
right.
win, that is. So
You're right.
I don't know, though, but I don't know. Does he elevate his team to the level like John Stockton did?
They won championships, so I believe he elevates his team good enough. And I mean, look to what we're seeing without KD. He's elevating this team. I mean, he just knocked out Lillard and CJ McCollum in spectacular fashion.
Yeah. And to add to it, Steve Nash. Steve Nash is another one.
He's shitting on Steve Nash.
Ooh.
He's shitting on Steve Nash.
Derek Fisher.
What?
Wow.
I just throw that name.
okay.
I don't really think Derek Fisher.
Okay. What?
But, hey,
what is
Steve Nash?
Steve Nash is what? What is Steve Nash doing that Steph can't? He's a better passer.
Then
That's it.
Steve Nash.
I mean,
No,
at,
Steve
okay.
Nash is
I was
better.
gonna
at
say,
the passing position, though.
It is.
It is, but Steve Nash couldn't imagine scoring as good as Steph.
Facts.
Steve Nash is still an MVP.
But, I mean,
And
So
Steph
is
is
Steph?
unanimous.
Well, I'm not saying.
Two-time, right?
I'm just saying.
Is he two-time MVP?
I'm pretty sure.
technically,
He went back to back.
but technically position-wise, I mean, Steve Nash is...
No, Steve Nash is great. Steve Nash is not Steph. He could never beat Steph.
Jason Kidd.
Jason Kidd
Yeah.
is great. Not Steph.
Who you gonna
Well,
say?
you
Gary
said
Payton?
you said name 4,
What?
not
That-
Derek Fisher.
I'm
Derek
just-
Fisher didn't have that.
I mean,
Just kidding.
obviously, but
A
yeah, better.
healthy Derrick Rose in his prime.
Not Steph, man. He didn't have enough run. He could have been.
He could have
He
been.
was about
Yeah.
to be. He was about to be. Not Steph.
Who? Isaiah Thomas?
Isaiah's a good one to throw
Healthy.
in there, though.
I say, yeah.
Like that's the one you could make an argument
You can
for.
make an argument. I mean, you obviously got Magic.
Oh,
Yeah.
Magic, yeah. Cause what? Five rings?
5 rings.
Five rings, and he was the focal point of that offense.
I think Curry can get to 5 rings though.
Shit.
No, I think after this year, it's a wrap.
Think so?
After
Think they're done?
this year, he's not winning no more.
Why?
I think the NBA is catching up to their team.
It has gotten closer and closer year by year.
And then
And
without,
then without KD,
yeah.
KD, I think everybody believes KD's going to leave. I
He might. He might.
don't see them winning without after KD leaves. I just don't see it. I think LeBron's about to gear up for his final hoorah. I think there's just a whole bunch of young superstars that's gearing up. in
Yeah,
the
but
league.
most of them are in the East, though. Like, if we're talking about the superstars that are going to transcend the sport for the next 10, 12 years, I mean, most of them are in the East.
Yeah, but we're talking about winning titles. I don't think he's going to win another title after this year.
I'll say true. He's top 5 point guard.
Yeah.
Because
So-
I can't think off the top of my head anyone
Yeah.
really.
It's really hard. ain't it?
I'm digging into like Jerry Buss and Bob Cousy thinking
exactly.
I'm-
You going way back.
right.
Too
You
far
gotta
back.
you gotta dig.
Yeah.
So,
So
I mean, I feel you.
top 2.
All right,
he
so
might not be
everybody's
2.
true.
Yeah.
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 All
Unanimous.
right. And if Toronto gets to the finals, they beat Golden State.
False.
An astounding hell no.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say false.
I mean, Kawhi can put on a show. I think it'll be a good series.
Yeah, it'll be competitive.
And I mean, it looks like Toronto might actually pull this off here.
Yeah, we are
But-
watching the Toronto Milwaukee Game 6 live right now as we're recording this. So still kind of in the midst. 87-79 with 6.5 minutes left is where we're at the moment. But yeah, I'm gonna say false for sure.
Yeah, I'm going false too. Golden State is a well-oiled machine.
Without KD,
That
though,
could win
that
without
is
KD.
that is one thing though that we're looking at because more than likely KD's not gonna play.
I think KD coming back makes them more vulnerable.
I think it goes 7 games if KD comes back.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be tougher series. I just think KD slows
You think
down.
they got a better chance with KD in the lineup? Toronto has
Yeah.
got a better chance.
Yeah, I think they
okay.
match up. I think
Yeah.
they match up better. That ball movement is not the same when KD's in the lineup. It's more ISO ball. So then, if you're gonna make KD play ISO ball, you stick Kawhi on that man,
Yeah.
and he's gonna make his life a living hell. So, but yeah, false. I don't see Toronto beating Golden State. I think Curry gets to what 4? Is that 4 or 3?
I think that's
This is 4.
3.
Because what?
2015, 16, 18, and then 19.
That's 4,
4.
and it'll be 3 for KD.
Jeez.
What do you guys think about KD if they win and he's not in the lineup? If they win, he's not playing.
That significantly
That's
hurts
a
him.
bow out, and he'll go somewhere else. I
No,
mean,
but do you think it lessens his legacy?
For sure.
Really.
To me?
I think so.
I don't
Yeah.
think it does, considering the team he joined. If it was a different team that needed him and they won,
Yeah.
I think it's a different story. But the Warriors didn't need him.
But that's the thing.
Exactly. They didn't need
Those
him.
rings he won with the Warriors supposed to elevate his legacy. That's supposed to make him the guy. If they can win without you, that goes along with what we've been saying the whole time.
I agree and
You joined
disagree.
a 73-9 team and they didn't fucking need you.
Yeah, I mean, it's 50-50.
I think it's both sides. It's
Yeah.
like, I mean, you could say that, but you can also, on the other hand, say, you know, that they didn't need him to win the championship, so therefore it doesn't hurt his legacy. But at the same time, I get what you're saying, as in, you know, you wanted to be shown that they did need him to win those championships.
To me, he's not the guy we think he is if they win without him.
I think if he goes somewhere else,
Is Jordan really that dude if Pippen can win without him? If Pippen and the Bulls can win without him? Is LeBron really that dude if D-Wade could win without him? That team could win without him? I'm a D-Wade stan. They're not winning without LeBron. I'm a D-Wade stan. They couldn't win without LeBron.
Well, I mean, if they spent that money on bench talent, they probably could have done something with it.
I mean, they still had Ray Allen, Shane Battier,
yeah.
and
No, you right.
it's-
God damn, that was an annoying dude to watch play.
Battier? Yeah. If
His
he's not on
defense
this
was
side-
outstanding.
Yeah.
I was pulling for the Thunder in that series. Yeah. And
I think it hurts his career if he goes somewhere else in the West. I think if he tries to go to a team that competed with Golden State, I think that would hurt his career even more. But I think if he goes to the East and does well enough and gets a team just to the conference finals, and if he gets them to the finals, and if he even wins the finals in the East, I think it puts him back in the conversation.
He better go win somewhere.
Well, it depends on where he goes. But if he goes to the West, I think his reputation is kind of ruined because he's just trying to do the same thing he did,
I
the
don't
first
think so
time
because
around.
there's not a team you can join that's Golden State.
He could try with the Rockets.
He's not going to the Rockets.
I'm
They don't
saying,
have-
I'm
They don't
hypothetically.
have no money. But
No.
one place I can see him going is the Clippers. They have a set team already. If he can beat Golden State with that Clippers team, I think he's that guy. He's that guy we think he is.
Well, yeah, and that would add to his legacy because the Clippers historically are absolutely nothing. So, yeah, that would add to his legacy for sure. So for that, yeah, but I don't know, it's tricky.
All right, so everybody has false.
yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for listening to the Showbanks Show. We really appreciate all of your support. Go check us out on Instagram and Twitter at Showbanks. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel and hit the notification button to stay notified. Showbanks out.